Just before I begin today's video, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It's been a great year for content creation, and I just want to say I'm super grateful for all of the support you've shown me on the channel. Despite all of the circumstances that have gone on, I've got a lot of new content ready for 2022, and I hope to show you all of the new projects that I've got in store. Merry Christmas, and enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on guys? My name's Raph, and we're now in the final month of 2021. Pokémon Journeys is currently in its second year of airing, and with the release of Legends Arceus coming out in 2022, the big question going around right now is if Journeys will end that same year or will continue on into 2023. We haven't had any confirmation if a new generation of Pokemon is upon us, especially seeing as we've just had Legends Arceus being the next main series game. However, where does this leave the anime? Will there be a new arc to coincide with the release of Legends Arceus? Will Pokemon Journeys continue till the end of 2022? Or will there be a supposed Generation 9 to follow in 2023? Let's jump straight into it. Don't forget to leave this video a like to show your support, and I'll be sure to bring out my next video shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't ready to keep up to date, and without further ado, let's begin. Let's start off by going over what we know so far about Pokemon Journeys. We are currently over 90 episodes into the series. Ash is currently ranked 36 in the Pokemon World Championships, ranking in the Hyper class. His current objective is to defeat Leon, who is ranked number 1 and the strongest trainer in the world. At the time of this video, we haven't been given any indication as to when Ash's next Hyper class battle is, so we can't judge just yet if his next match will be within the next couple of months, causing this change of rank. But this is something to talk about. Not long ago, I made a video discussing the possible outcomes of what could happen to Ash in this series should he either win or lose against Leon. These 5 outcomes go as follows. Outcome 1. Ash will win the PWC, but either keep or give up the title to continue his journey. Outcome 2 was Ash will defeat Leon, win the PWC, and then conclude his journey. Outcome 3 will be that Ash will lose against Leon, and then go back to take him on in the future. As for outcome 4, Ash will lose, then continue his journey. And the final outcome, being outcome number 5, is that the Ash and Leon battle will end in a draw, potentially leading to a rematch or a different outcome to arise. The overall conclusion I came up with this video is that I personally believe that either outcome 1 or outcome 2 would be the most suitable options for Ash, implying that he will either win and continue his journey or end off his time in the Pokemon anime. The formula of the Pokemon anime has shown Ash to beat strong trainers and obtain some incredible titles. Defeating Leon could actually mark his time coming to an end in the anime, after becoming the new world monarch, or maybe the writers will have a completely different challenge in line for him should he win and continue his journey. However, this is where the basis of this video will be focusing on more outcome 1, outcome 3, and outcome 4, combined with some extra branch possibilities. Before we dive into the analysis of these outcomes, let's take a closer look at how long each Pokemon anime series tends to last for. The original series combined with the integration of Johto up to Master Quest lasted for 5 years, AG up to the Battle Frontier lasted for almost 4 years, with Diamond and Pearl holding almost the same duration. The Black and White series lasted for 3 years, and the XY series with the inclusion of XYZ lasted for 3 years as well. Moving on to Sun and Moon, this series lasted for 1 month under 3 years, which now brings it up to Journeys, which has currently been running for 2 years. Looking at the various durations from all of the previous series, it could imply that Journeys will last for maybe one final year, this being until the months of September to November of 2022, leading up to the tail end of the year before 2023. Taking this into account, the 2 main elements that are currently prolonging the series are the PWC for Ash and the Project Mew trial missions for Go, 2 different goals for the 2 main protagonists. Now, even though the main focus is with Ash, that doesn't mean that Go is not going to play a part. With Go being a dual main protagonist, his own goal and ambitions have to be fulfilled, so we expect. It's not currently known how long it will take for Go to complete the Project Mew trial missions, or even encounter Mew. This puts him in the same predicament as Ash, meaning that his goal too is still unknown as to when it will conclude. If Pokemon Journeys intends to follow a 3-year span, then 2022 will be the year we can see it end, concluding both Ash and Go's goals. Starting from next month, 2022 could outline a series of PWC battles, Project Trial Mew missions, alongside filler episodes to structure the final year accordingly, with even the possibility of mini arcs or 2-parters being included, just like how we had with the Darkest Day and the Sinnoh specials. However, should the anime wish to extend its duration to maybe 2023, then that's when the new possibilities start to branch out from these original outcomes. Before I begin, the details I'll be discussing are in no particular order. This is just pure speculation. So let's say the anime decides to get pushed till 2023, and that 2022 is still the era of Pokemon Journeys. What exactly can be shown in this time? Let's put it like this. Let's say Ash continues to win his PWC battles and elevates into the Masters 8, and during this time, we see Go partake in more Project Mew trial missions. Combining these with fillers and maybe some mini arcs, I would say these segments could conclude pretty soon due to the fact of how far Ash and Go have currently progressed. But that doesn't mean an extension couldn't happen. Let's start off with outcome 1. in which Ash will win the PWC, but then either keep or give up his title to continue his journey. For the branch possibility of this outcome, I believe that this is where Ash will continue his journey in heights of reaching his desired stage of becoming a Pokemon Master. As I mentioned before, should the end narrative of Pokemon Journeys follow a similar plot to the Sword and Shield games, in which Leon runs the battle tower for new trainers, then maybe this will act as a separate path for him, allowing Ash to maintain the title as the new World Monarch and still continue his journey. It wouldn't make sense for him to give up the champion title back to Leon, as Leon just lost him. On top of that, becoming the new world champion could be one of the elements that will allow Ash to achieve his overall goal of becoming a Pokemon Master. Just because he defeated the world champion as an existing champion himself, doesn't mean he is a Pokemon Master instantly. There are so many theories that define what a Pokemon Master is. Some say that when someone becomes a Pokemon Champion, they're a Master, which I believe isn't correct, because we know Ash is the champion of Alola, but still loses and undergoes development. He still considers himself someone in training to become a Pokemon Master, despite him being a champion. It's quite a complex scenario. Should Ash beat Leon and continue his journey, this of course could coincide with the next generation of Pokemon, being Generation 9, and possibly tie into Legends Arceus if counted for. Now both outcomes 3 and 4 hold a similar basis to one another, both implying that Ash will continue his journey. Outcome 3 talks about how should Ash lose to Leon, then he could pursue another challenge in this time, that could then allow him to gain more experience in preparation to take him on again. Like we mentioned before, it would be pretty crazy if some other competitional title was created to top the World Champion title. So in a logical way, Ash would essentially be in training to return to defeat Leon, which would then result to outcome 1. Branching out, this is why I believe the first extended arc could take place, being the alternate challenge or gym challenge being introduced. From what we've seen so far, not every gym leader from the Galar region has been showcased in the series. Let's say Ash maybe decides to take on the gym challenge after losing to Leon. This could maybe somewhat be similar to the Battle Frontier, in which he takes on their post-game versions at a more elite level and then returns to take on Leon after gaining more experience. This would then grant Ash a longer journey to then coincide with the length of his PWC journey, maybe then concluding in 2023, to then coincide with Generation 9. Some would say that maybe Ash could just be the new number 2 replacing Lance, but for what we know, if the anime wants to expand Ash's journey, then they may set him on another path allowing him to come back later on to earn the World Champion title. The PWC is known to be the biggest competition in the world, so if it follows suit with sticking as that biggest challenge, then this is probably how that outcome will happen. Unless if they do something completely different, which leads to maybe a different arc entirely. So prior to the new Legends Arceus arc being revealed in the anime, I originally thought it was going to be a possible extension focusing on time travel rather than an implementation. We're still awaiting confirmation about the arc's canonical potential, but from what it seems, it appears to be a side arc in itself. Now there's no to say that there could still be another arc in replacement of the Legends Arceus one, and for this, we're going to name this new potential arc the Placeholder Arc. This arc is essentially as the name says. It could be anything. Maybe it will be the supposed road trip with Leon that we saw in the third opening. Instead of it being something we were meant to see during the regular time of the series, maybe it is something that will come afterwards, where the trio travel with Leon to complete a certain quest. I'm just throwing ideas onto the table. However, that doesn't imply that we may not get a sub-arc that still does focus on Legends Arceus and maybe time travel. But seeing as we're already getting an arc already in the form of a special, it's not looking likely, but who knows what could happen. So looking at these possible extended arcs, it could imply that depending on the duration of the PWC, journeys could last until the end of 2022 or maybe early 2023, but it doesn't stop there. So let's say we get an extended duration for journeys, and its final year is in 2022. What will come next? Well, this is where the third branch possibility comes into play, a potential integration or new generation that could maybe lead to Generation 9. Following off the dates of Legends Arceus, let's say we do get Generation 9 announced for 2023. This could imply that maybe coinciding with the anime as well, a new anime series will commence at the same time. Now I know what you're thinking, how will this work? What will the region be based on? Well, over the generations, many Pokemon games have teased upcoming events and regions for the Pokemon anime. For example, in the X and Y games, there was a backpacker in the hotel that spoke about all of the existing regions at that time, who then went to talk about his own unrevealed region and gave the player character the strange souvenir item. This of course then ended up relating to the Sun and Moon games, alongside the Alola region. In Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, a calendar showed a rotated United Kingdom map, which then ended up leading to the Galar region for Pokemon Sword and Shield, which of course is based on the UK. Now if we look at the latest games at this time, being Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, there's a very interesting picture that could possibly imply that maybe the next generation is to be based on Italy. Thanks to this painting may be visualising the Relato Bridge in Venice. Now I know what you're thinking, yes, these games are faithful, and how come we haven't had an Italian region just yet? But this is where I believe the Generation 9 could make it happen. In fact, it could either be based on one of 3 countries, these being Italy, India, and Spain. Let's start off with Italy. I think Italy would be a brilliant place to host the Generation 9 region, especially for the anime. There are so many beautiful landmarks in Italy, and it could make such a wonderful region. Imagine gyms or the league being hosted in the Colosseum. These open areas would make such beautiful places for Pokemon towns to be based off. Venice is well known for many things, including the Velato Bridge, which spans out across the Grand Canal in the city. Of course, you can see the inspiration behind the thumbnail of this video. Should Ash ever visit an Italy-based region, then I reckon it would be called something like Bellizza, which is just a made-up word I came off from the word bellissima, or bellissimo, which means beautiful in Italian, relating to the beauty of the region and the country it's based off. The next region I think could come into play is an Indian-based region. This country could maybe be a brilliant way to portray a South Asian region. India is rich for its culture, landmarks, and of course the Taj Mahal, which too could make an amazing place to portray gyms or the Pokemon League. The other reason I think India could be a good contender is all thanks to the Pokemon Copperajah. Its Pokédex entry states that the Pokemon came over from another region long ago and worked together with humans. Over 80% of Indians are Hindus, and to members of the Hindu religion, the elephant is a sacred animal. It is the living incarnation of one of the most important gods, Ganesh, an elephant-headed deity who rides atop a tiny mouse. Even though Ash encountered Chairman Roseback with his Copperajah, we never really got to see the Gigantamax form unleashed, and to top it off, Chairman Rose is still alive somewhere. So if Ash ever encountered him in the future of Pokemon journeys, maybe a Gigantamax battle will occur, leading him to discover more about the lore of this Pokemon from his Pokédex entry as well. This too could make quite the hint for a new region should it happen. The final option is a region based on Spain. As a young Spanish boy myself, I would love to see this happen. The dance and art of flamenco, the cultural foods, and the landmarks themselves are incredible. I would absolutely love to see something in relation to the Alhambra be put into the anime. This massive palace could hold so much. Plus we got Oricorio ballet style, which is based off a flamenco dancer, so that's a bonus. Maybe even something to relate to the Plaza de Toros, which is the largest bullfighting ring in Spain. There's so many possibilities with this one. So I guess that now leaves us with one question. How could the possibility of Generation 9 work? Well, there's two ways. It could either be implemented in the form of an integration, or either a transition. Integration could be something similar to what we had with Kanto and Johto, how we saw Ash, Misty and Brock continue their travels together. Seeing as Pokemon Journeys is said to be a series to showcase all regions and follow the concept of visiting all regions in the form of said journey, then maybe Ash, Go and possibly Chloe could possibly suit with this integration concept, leading to them to visit the Generation 9 region. This could then extend the concept of the PWC, but I doubt this will happen seeing as the concept of the World Champion was already established in the Galar region and not further, especially seeing as Generation 9 isn't even known yet at the time to exist. If it follows in terms of transition, then this could be something where I believe Ash will travel alone with Pikachu to the Generation 9 region to commence his next journey and meet new companions and Pokemon. Personally, I either think one of the three countries mentioned will work well. The 25th anniversary of the Pokemon anime is approaching next April. Whilst we have no idea what could be revealed, there are so many concerns that this could be the end of Ash's journey. We found out from a recent interview from one of the producers of Pokemon Journeys that they're planning to bring back all companions and rivals in light of New Year for the story. We already knew about companions from before thanks to the directors mentioning this, but should all companions and rivals return, then this could mark the possible end of Ash's journey, or maybe the possibility of a massive reunion. Think of it like this: Ash has taken part in the PWC, the biggest competition in the world, in order to defeat Leon, the champion of the world. Now I know rivals such as Paul, Alan and Action Replay Boy could return, and yes, there is that possibility. There's loads of evidence to support their returns, and with their ambitions clear, it could be that they wish to take part in the PWC, possibly implying they want to take on Ash. However, if Ash reaches the stage to take on Leon, then maybe all companions and all rivals will return to see him take him on in a massive climactic battle. With the 25th anniversary of the anime approaching, I wouldn't be surprised if a big event like this happens, with the writers and directors confirming they wish to bring everyone back. If they did, then they could see him take on Leon and maybe win the PWC. It could mark the end of his journey, or maybe the start of a new, leading then on to Generation 9. Who knows, maybe something completely new will be revealed. We can only wait and see. However, for me personally, if Journeys concludes its final year at the end of 2022, with the PWC wrapped up, and with Ash either winning or losing to seek further progression, then I reckon Generation 9 will be upon us for the Pokemon games and Pokemon anime. So what do I believe will happen? Well, originally, my gut was telling me that I either think Ash will win and continue his journey, or end his time off in the Pokemon anime. But regardless of him winning or losing, I still think he will continue in order to reach his desired goal of becoming a Pokemon Master. The 25th anniversary could either make or break the anime at this rate. We could get a reveal to state the final days, or maybe a new announcement to coincide with the future, this being Generation 9. Ash defeating Leon could mark his time coming to an end in the anime, especially if he becomes a world monarch. Or maybe the writers will have a completely different challenge in line for him, should he win and continue his journey. But that's for them to surprise us. I've left a tweet in the description with what other people's opinions state on this matter, so feel free to check it out. I would also love to give a massive shout out to my friend Thiago for this amazing concept of what the Generation 9 believes a region could look like. Please support his art and commission him. So, is this the end of Ash's journey, or the beginning of a new era? Only time will tell. But why not let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys would like to interact with me, then be sure to follow me on Twitter and join the Team PokeRef Discord server to discuss all things Pokemon. You can find the rest of my social networks on screen and in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave it a like, as your support is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to share the video with your friends. Finally, make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with my videos, and click on the little bell to enable notifications so you guys get notified when I upload a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to stick around for more Pokemon content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.